Okay, nice. So let's get started with the Oracle HCM Fusion Cloud training. So today we are going to cover or like going to understand what is Oracle HCM, how it have a lot of impact in the market, why the job market is very huge for Oracle HCM profile, and how it is being developed, and what is basically the job under into it in Oracle HCM. Okay. So this is the agenda for today. We are going to see what is Oracle Fusion application evaluation overview, what is a Fusion application, how the Fusion application is different from on-premises and cloud model, what are the environmental releases we have, and what all modules we have in Oracle HCM or the Human Capital Management. Okay. So as the word itself suggests, it is a fusion. So fusion means a combination of a group of softwares or the group of functions of the management that our entity uses or that a business uses. So as I have written it here, Oracle Fusion is a family or a group of softwares application developed by Oracle. Okay, so it is mainly designed to fulfill the needs of the large size businesses or the small scale industries as well, with the help of some cost of licensing of the softwares. So right now in the market we have a lot of softwares. We have a Workday, we have a SAP, we have a Siebel, we have a Hyperion, we also have a EBS. However, Oracle identify a problem that every software itself is good in any one of the function of the management. So let's say there is a software called EBS, e-business suite, that is very good in the finance side. However, there's another software that is SAP that is good in some other part. However, there is no only one software that is being good for all the functions of the management that a business have. So they come up with the idea called Fusion application, and they have merged all the good part of all the softwares into one software, and they call it as a Fusion application. Okay, so this is the UI screen. But before moving to that, okay, let's see this slide. So earlier we have a Oracle e-business suites that is very good in finance side, right? We also have a Oracle PeopleSoft Enterprise PeopleSoft that was very good in HRMS process or the HR process. Then we also have a JD Edward that is good for the procurement and financial. We also have a Sewell and the Hyperion and number of softwares are there, and that is been also been developed by Oracle. So they have identified this problem, like let's say there is a company or a large size company, they need to maintain all these softwares and the cost of maintaining these software is quite high, right? So they identified this problem and they upgraded their all the softwares into one software, and they call it as a fusion application. So the fusion mean the combination of all the good parts of all the softwares, right? So this is how the fusion come into the picture. Team, let me know if you have any question. You can stop me in between and you ask your question as well. Now, if I go back, this is the UI screen of Fusion application. You can open that application in the laptop, in the tablet, even in your mobile. So it is the flexibility being given by the Oracle to use the software in any of these applications or any of these platforms, like either in the mobile, laptop, tablet, with the proper access, with the proper user and the access given it to you. This is how you can able to use the system. Now, if I go further, there are two ways of maintaining softwares. That is on-premises model and the cloud model. So now on-premises model are not in use, right? So currently we are having the cloud model. The cloud model is who can maintain the cloud model? The Oracle or your company. They can do this application alone. They can use the application alone, or they can use the help from Oracle to maintain their softwares. So the cloud model is like that. Let's say you are from India and you want to log in your system from UK. So it is being flexibility being given by Oracle. You can do so. What earlier in the on-premises model, if the person or the employee does not belong in the office building or in the premises itself, they cannot use the softwares. So again, Oracle identified this problem and they developed on-premises software to the cloud softwares. So this is how the cloud or the Oracle Fusion Cloud come into picture. Now there are three kind of Oracle Cloud Fusion application, that is SaaS, AWS. Let me also show you how we can. So we have a three application here: IaaS and AWS. So IaaS mean infrastructure as a service, SaaS is software as a service, PaaS is a platform as a service. So basically, most of the company using this software or this application itself, that is SaaS. So SaaS is nothing; it is a software as a service. So in this software, there is a customization, but there is a very less customizations are there, and even the cost of this software is comparatively low as compared to other two models. Apart from SaaS, we also have a PaaS. PaaS means platform as a service. Here the customization is quite high compared to SaaS model, and even the cost is high compared to SaaS model. So now how the company will decide which model they want to purchase. So it totally depend on their business requirement itself. Like if their business requirement are being fulfilled in the SaaS model, they will go and purchase the SaaS model. On the other hand, if the requirement are being fulfilled for the PaaS model, they will purchase the PaaS model. Same applies to IaaS model. So for the time being, just understand we have a three kinds of model. We will discuss in deep about these models as well once we go further in the session as well. Okay. So now if I go back, so this is how being given in the slide itself. Like it is being maintained by Oracle. We have a SaaS model, PaaS model, IaaS model, or which model they wanted to purchase. Okay. Now, as I stated, there are few objects or there are few services that is being suitable in any one of the model. Let's say if we have a software as a service, it means all the application data, their runtime, middleware, server, everything is being managed by the other. Like others mean like other mean the company itself or the business itself. However, in the platform as a service, every data is being managed by the others. However, two things are need to be managed by you, that is application and the data. So the if you see, there are few boxes that are in the green and few are in the red or the orange one, right? So the orange one are something anyone can able to manage it. However, green are the one that business or the company or the industry need to manage, right? So there are less customized in the past model. If I also talk about the IaaS model, application, data, runtime, middleware are need to be managed by the company itself or your client company itself. Then we have an on-premises model. Everything need to be managed by the company, right? So this is how they have developed the Oracle Cloud deployment models, and most of the time, customers or the company purchases SaaS model, that is software as a service. Okay. Now, if I also go further, now we will see what are our Oracle product families. So product families are nothing. Basically, what all applications are there in the Fusion or what are the functions management that Oracle supported. So we have finance function here, we have a human capital management, we have a CRM, we have a project portfolio, we have procurement, we also have a supply chain. And all these function itself have some of other modules, right? In the finance, we have a general ledger, account payable, account receivables. However, in the human capital, we have a global HR and payroll, workforce compensation, benefits, OTL. Same applies to the customer relationship management or the CRM. So we call it as a product family because all these functions are there, and since they have a multiple functions, they have a multiple requirement of the resources. Since they have a multiple function, and multiple function have a multiple modules, so they have again the multiple requirement of resources for the multiple modules. So when we are going with the further with the classes, we are mainly focusing on the human capital management part. So in the human capital management part, we are going to see core HR and payroll, compensation and benefit, performance, time and labor. All these modules we are going into look into these modules. Okay. Team, let me know if you have any question or if I am going little faster here. Since it's a complete silence, so I am taking it as a no. Now in the previous slide we discussed about the product families, and these are the product families are there again: CRM, GRC, HCM, procurement, supply chain. It is same that is in the picture format or that is in the written form. It's practically both are the same. Now there are key points that need to be remembered for the Oracle Fusion application. So Oracle Fusion application can be installed and run in the company's data center, or the application can be hosted and run in the cloud computing environment, right? So either the company can use their own data center to run the application, or they can use the cloud computing environment to run the application. Okay. Oracle originally announced the Oracle Fusion application in 2005. However, due to delay in the development process, Fusion application was released in 2011. During this time also, Oracle acquired some different softwares called JD Edward, PeopleSoft, Sewell, and incorporated their technologies into the new software that they call it as a Fusion application. This is something that we already discussed about earlier. Now, here comes the main part, what we are going to learn in human capital management. So for whatever we had discussed right now, they are just the understanding of Oracle Fusion, how it come in the picture, what is the use of that. Now the real story comes here. What all modules are there in Oracle Fusion application? So we have modules called Global Human Resource, Absence Management, Payroll, Oracle Time and Labor, Compensation and Benefit, Goal and Performance Management. We also have some advanced module. We call it as a Oracle Recruitment Cloud, and then Learn. Right. So what is global human resource? Like what we are going to discuss here. So human resources mean the basic understanding or the basic life cycle of an employee from hire to retire process that we are going to cover in the global human resource. In the absence management, we are going to cover what the leaves are there, what the leave balances are given to the employees, how the leave balances is being calculated. So everything will be going to cover in the absence management. If we also talk about the payroll, in the payroll we usually see how the processing of the payment or how the salary is being processed to the employee, that being covered in the payroll modules. We also have Oracle time and labor. So time and labor is nothing basically how the time being entered or being captured in a system, and how the payment are made on the based on that particular timing that is being filled by the employee. Right? We also have a compensation and benefit. Compensation is nothing how the salary structure is going to happen for an employee. We configure those items into compensation. We also have a benefits. What are the small monetary benefits that companies giving to their employee or the employers being provided to their employee? Let's say health insurance or medical insurance. All these criterias we are going to cover in the benefit module. We also have a goal in performance management. So goal in performance management mean how the goals are being assigned to an employee, and how their performance are being judged, and how the ratings are being given, and on the based on that rating, how the increment is going to happen. right? That is being covered in the performance management. We also have some advanced module, that is Oracle Recruitment Cloud and then Learn. In the recruitment, we are going to see how the employee is being hired in the system and what is the hiring process of an employee. Okay. We also have a Learn. Learn means some sort of learning that is being assigned by the employer to the employee. So we configure all those action items in the Learn module. Okay. So before moving further, a team, let me know if you have any questions. Okay. Since it's again a complete silence, so I'm taking it as a no. But let me know if you have any question or any part you want able to understand it. I will repeat that part as well. Now let's go to this sheet itself. Here we will see what all modules are there, what is the use of those modules. Okay, so now in the human capital management, we have these modules like core HR. We also call core HR as a global HR. We also have a payroll, absence, goal management, talent management, benefits, compensation, and Oracle time and labor. Right. So as you stated, right, or as we stated, all this module have two sides: functional side and the technical side. And of course, I know everyone have this question in their mind: are we going to work in the technical side? Are we going to write some code? So the answer is no. We are not going to write any code here. We are not going to write any query here. Right? So every module itself have a two part, that is functional and the technical. Functional is the 80% part. Technical is the 20% part. Right? Even in the payroll, absence, all the module have a functional and the technical side. Now the question arises, if we have a technical part, what we are going to do in the technical side, right? So in the technical side, there are two objects, that is inbound integration and outbound integration. Okay. So the inbound integration is nothing, how we are going to load the data into Oracle HCM system, right? So in as the word says inbound, it means incoming in the system, right? So there are two tools that is being given by the Oracle, that is HDL and HSDL. We also have a PVL, but that is decommissioned now. Okay, so HDL mean HCM data loader. So basically it's a data loader file. You just enter the data into data loader file and the data will get loaded in the system. There are also different tool, that is HSDL. So let's say you wanted to load the data for like 5,000 employees, right? So if you have employees or the data less than 10,000 rows, then you go with the HSDL file. However, if you have a data more than 10,000 rows, then you go with the HDL file. Right? So again, it's all inbound is all about the loading the data in the system, uploading the data in the Oracle Fusion system. Right? We also have a second tool or the second technical term. We call it as an outbound integration. It means downloading the data from the system, downloading the data from Oracle Fusion system, right? So we have two tools for that, that is OTBI, BI, and OTBI is all about drag and drop. We also call it as the Oracle Transactional Business Intelligence Report. We also have a BI. BI means BI or the Business Intelligence Publisher. So now the question arises, why you have written here the SQL language, right? So in the BI reports, we are using some database item to fetch the data from the system, right? Since outbound is all about the downloading the data from the system, right? So in the Oracle Fusion, we will have a lot of data. Then how the system will identify which data need to be downloaded, right? So for that, you need to write some SQL query. It's a basic query. So most of the time, we never go with this SQL because most of the things are being covered with the OTBI report. So we have a lot of columns and row. You will drag and create the report. Right? This is how OTBI report will work here. We also have a HCM extract. We will discuss about this point later on. Okay. We also have in the technical side, that is the fast formula, that we call it the alphanumeric language. So since I stated functional part is 80% and the technical is 20%. So 90% our resources are being hired for the functional side. Right. So now the question arises, what are jobs are there in this field? We have a job called analyst. We have a job called analyst. We have a consultant, associate, senior consultant. We have a managers here, senior manager here. We have a directors here. Like n number of jobs are there. Okay. Now I know everyone have this question: what is the salary package on these roles or these jobs, right? So let's say if you're starting as a fresher, right? So you can expect somewhere around 4 to 6 LPA per annum. However, it can be more in some big four companies or some good MNCs like Oracle. If you are going in the Oracle as a fresher, they will give you around 7 to 9 LP as a fresher only. However, I'm talking about this is a mid-range company or the mid-sized company. Same if we talk about the analyst, you have around 7 to 11, and if we go about the MNCs, we will have some good package like 10 to 12 or 10 to 13. Right, same apply to associate, senior consultant. So the minimum it can be 4, maximum it can be, there is no limit for the maximum CTC for these roles, like, right? Because the director, the person who's a director who has experience of 20 years, he will be earning like 70 lakhs, 80 lakhs, or even the 1 crore, more than 1 crore as well per annum. So yeah, it can be different. Now, there are few terminologies that also need to be understand before understanding the system itself. We call it as Oracle system sometime as a prod. We also call it as a environment. We also call it as an instance. So whenever someone say in the Oracle software, we never say them as a software. We call it as a pod, environment, or the instance. Right? So there are some job that is also based on the Oracle system, that is being divided into three parts. There are three kind of roles. So let's say if I talk about these are the job vacancies will be there in the market, like with these terms. However, the job, how the responsibility of the job, that depends on these three parts. So we have a three kinds of role, that is implementer, supporter, and the end user. So implementer mean the person who's going to implement the system for their customer, right? That is we call it as implementer. Supporter is someone who is going to support the function or support the system. We also have end users who is actually going to use the system, right? So there are three kinds of job: implementation, support, or end user. And all these vacancies will be based on these jobs as well. You will find the analyst as an implementer role, analyst as a support role, or analyst as an end user role. Same apply to consultant, associate, manager, senior manager, right? Let's say if I talk about the developer, right? In the developer, we have a front end developer. We also have a backend here. right? Same way, these vacancy also have different responsibilities. So the responsibilities can be categorized or divided into three parts, that is implementation, supporter, or the end user, right? A team, let me know if you have any question or if any of the point you weren't able to understand it. I will repeat it again. Okay, if everyone is clear on this, let's move further. Now, there is also one more point in Oracle Fusion application that needs to be understood before moving to the training of modules. We have environmental releases here, right? So the environmental releases mean every time Oracle, upgrade their system every quarter. So let's say we are in, let's say currently we have 3 quarters, Jan, Feb, March. October, November, and December. We have these quarters, right? And we have 4 quarters. One, two, three, four. So every quarter, Oracle upgrade their system with some new releases or new technologies, right? So the upgrade are not like that, like they are major upgrade. They are just a minor upgrade. Either they will change the row size, or they will add some additional row or additional column, right? So these upgrades are there. So every quarter they releases some of the changes in the system, and every quarter if you go and search in the system itself about let's say if I'm going and searching here Oracle release. See, if you see, every quarter you have some releases, right? Release scheduled, or the releases are there, right? So every quarter they give some releases, right? We call it as the quarter release, right? Now how you will understand now which releases my system are currently, right? So we have some number of the application, that is 25A 11.13.25 plus 1. Okay, so how this number came in the picture? So what is 25? 25 is the year, so we are in the year of 2025, right? A is mean which quarter. Let's say we have 4 quarter, right? And we call them quarter as a B C D, right? So this is how 25. We are in which month? Let's say, right, currently we are in the May month, right? So May month belong to which quarter? Second quarter. And the alpha character is for second quarter is B. So that is B, right? Now 11 and 13, 11 is the year, 2011 is the year when they released Oracle Fusion system. This is what we understood, right, from the slide itself. 2011 they have released. Yeah, 2011 itself they have released the system, Oracle Fusion system. That's how they have taken 11 here, right? And 2013 is the time when they upgraded their system and they released the system for the customer to use. So that's why they are using 11, 13. Then again 2025 is the year, and let's say if we are in the May month, so May is the second quarter, so this is the 2. So this is how it will come in the picture. 25B, this is the release of that system. 13, 25, 2. If you also go in the system, you will find the same numbers there or the same application ID there. So let's say if we talk about, if we are in the month of, if we are in the year of 2028, 2028, and in the year of December, right? So how the number will be? Start with the 28, 20, and December month is the quarter D, 28D, 11.13.28, and December is belong to which quarter? That is fourth quarter, and fourth. This will be the environment release of year 2028 at the month of December. Right? This is how they have created the environmental releases as well in the system. So whenever we move in the system, we will see how these releases will work and how where we can see the release number or where we can see the upgrade or release number of the system itself. Okay, team, let me know if you have any question. Okay, if there is no question, I believe I have already covered like most of the part of Oracle HCM, like a basic understanding of Oracle HCM. Let me know if you have any question, any sort of concept you wanted to understand again. I'm free to explain you that. Okay, if you have no question, let's move further to other parts. Now I will show you how many tasks will be there in each and every module, right? So this one. No, it's about the payroll. I'm just opening the file where I can show you the tasks that each and every module itself have. This one. Hmm. Okay, so if you see this is the core HR sheet. In the core HR, we have these config items, right? Config item mean these are the activities that we are going to do in the system, and the same activities apply in the real time scenario as well. In the real time scenario also you will do only these same activities, not more than that. Someone like your manager will ask you to go and create the grade in the system, or they can ask you to go and create the grade rate in the system or the grade letter, or they can ask you to create a job in the system, right? So all these concept, all these tasks, all these config are the part of core HR, right? If we talk about the options, in the options we have some derived factors, we have a eligibility profile, we have a lookups, time period, value sets, and apart from that we also have some sort of transactions there, right? If we talk about the payroll have some value sets, real reporting unit, bank branches, organization payment method, consolidated group, payroll object group, and apart from that we also have some sort of task or transactions there, right? If we move further to OTL side, in the OTL we have these config items. We have a repeating time period, consumer set, worker time entry profile, rule templates, and apart from that config we have a transactions. So transactions are something that end user perform. As I explained you, there are three kind of tasks there in the system, right? Implementer or the supporter, or the other one that is end user, right? So whatever are the transaction that is being written here in the sheet itself, these transaction that is being done by the end user, this person, right? And other two config item need to be done by the implementer and supporter. These task config are to be done by the implementer and the supporter, and these to be done by the end user. Okay. If you also move to compensation side, in the compensation side we have a grade rate, salary basis, individual compensation, workforce compensation. Then there are some certain sort of transactions are there, that is attaching the ICP to an HR, to an employee, run the workforce compensation plan, total compensation plan. So all these activities are to be covered in the compensation module. Apart from that, we also have a recruitment side. We have a recruitment module called like job application flow, profiles, career site acquisition, questionnaire template, right? All these activities need to be done in the OTL side, right? Apart from that, we also have a talent management where we discussed about how we can set up the goal of an employee, how the performance can be managed and judged. That is being considered in the talent management side. Okay. If we also move further, we have a benefits module. In the benefit module, we are going to discuss about how the programs are there, plan are there, eligibility profiles are there, what the coverages are there, how the benefit groups are there, and what all transactions are there, right? So these are the functional part or the functional activities. Now, if we talk about the technical side, in the technical side, you have a workflows approval, like how the system will work, process the workflow and how the approval will trigger. We see the work prison approval. We also have a okay, just give me a moment. We also have a security part. In the security, we will see how the roles can be created, how the users are there, what different type of role are there, security profiles are there, how the role provisions will be work in the system. This is being done in the security side. Since we already discussed about the inbound integration, how the system is going to come in the Oracle Fusion system, or how we are going to upload the data in the Oracle Fusion system, right? So that we can get done by the HDL and HSDL. Same applied to the outbound integration, that we have a BI and OTBI and the fast formulas. We also have some sort of HCM extract and customization. These part we will discuss in the later on, not today's session, right? So this is the functional scope of Oracle Fusion application and Oracle Fusion system. Now, like I know there will be one question in everyone's minds: why we should learn all these modules, all these topics? Like they are very huge. It's not possible to learn everything, right? So, in the market, there is a job related to any one or two modules, or it's like having a person only work for the two modules in an initial stage of their career, but later on period of time they can learn the five module, they can work in a five module. Since if you know five module, you will have a lot of scope in the market to enter into any of the module. The job, getting a job chance is very high if you learn all the modules, because you know everything, right? They're eager to hire you. So if you know minimum two module also, and if you're very well versed in those two modules, you can also enter into this particular field. But I will still request to learn each and everything, because at least you will have the lot of scope in the market. Because if they know, like if the recruiter know that you know all the modules, all the tech parts, so they can easily hire you, right? So this is how the Oracle HCM or system will work in the scope of the Oracle Fusion application system. Team, let me know if you have any question. Okay, if you do not have any question, I think I do not have much to discuss now, because since I already covered most of the part of it.